So, my name is Igor. Thank you obviously for coming. It's a great opportunity, great experience. Never done packaging before, so
Wow, first time.
yeah, first time
Wow.
ever, literally. So, I mean, it's come a long way from what it started off with. Inspiration and ideas. Obviously, like I already said this before, the first ideas came from sensations. Eat a lot of them, and when I first saw the saucy salsa, I thought like chili, like okay, I could take this, I could do some of it. Obviously, it was a premium brand, so I thought like on sensations they use black, so I thought maybe I could use the black as a background color for my packaging. And obviously, my first design when I showed you last week, it was kind of really clean, really minimal, not really relating to the La Saucy Salsa brand whatsoever, but it was obviously my idea. I wanted to take it my way, but it obviously didn't really relate to what we was doing. So kind of trying to move on from there. The paper that I printed on the packaging is 350 milligrams. It holds 2 jars. It doesn't bend. It doesn't feel flimsy. So I would say it's a good weight for paper. It holds 2. Obviously, you could go slightly thicker, but obviously it would cost more money. So I think 300 would be the minimum. Maybe obviously if you wanted to like tweak it slightly, I did get the confidence and stuff there for 300 to 500 to see what the difference would be. But yeah, I've looked at different paper. Quite like the gloss. It kind of makes it slightly more shiny. Obviously, mine's slightly more maybe like a premium product. Yeah, like I said, I've contacted a couple of companies. Only one got back to me on time. Yeah, so for 350 to 500, that's what they can do. I've requested 200 of, because obviously there's 2 boxes, 2 for paprika and chili, and the other one's parsley and coriander. So I said 2,000 obviously of the green ones and 2,000 of those. So they said it will cost £717, and one would cost 18p in colour and A3 print. So it's reasonably cheap to manufacture, especially in bulk if you wanted to get it done really quick. So it kind of shows the way when I started off, just printing out, just doing like little mock-ups, sketches, starting off with just obviously new product, didn't really know how to come about at first. It was just kind of put a chili on the box, make a box, and then see what it kind of looks like. And obviously from then on, you kind of have an idea where to go from there. So this kind of shows the way I came about. So it kind of first started off as just a chili on the box. It was just like, just put it on, make it, see what it feels like. Then obviously it was the one that showed last week. It was just a black box with obviously a bit of paprika and crisp on that. But it didn't really suit the brand, and you kind of had to take a step back, had a week to reflect what needs to happen. Then I moved on to kind of start, after speaking today, to start using what we already had, the materials we already created. But obviously, I didn't really want to use just everything you've done, because it doesn't really show any creativity. If I just stuck everything that you've done, it's already there. It could be done in a day if you really try. So I thought I kind of used a little bit of initiative and maybe put a little touch on mine. So that was my next step. So I created those, and I thought instead of using maybe a woman, use maybe elements of it, and I decided to use a fan. So I thought it doesn't, like, because obviously the packaging, it's got the lady and the fan, so I thought if I just take the fan, it kind of still relates to the product because you can see the fan, but you're not exactly copying everything that you already gave us. The problem with that was I printed it out, actually, I do have it. I printed it out, and it kind of looked really repetitive, and it came out the wrong way. So I thought, I still had time, I took a couple of days, and kind of looking at it, it was just 2 fans that just didn't look right. So the next one was to get rid of the fan at the bottom and just have one. And obviously the thing at the back. Development to take it further, like you said, you want to kind of see the jars inside, so I thought, obviously my first idea was to just not have any like holes or anything in there, just to have it like that. But to maybe take it further, if I had more time, I cut it out slightly dodgy, but I just wanted to show you what it would look like. So if you cut out the fan properly and put the jars behind it, I do have pictures, like that. So if you cut, obviously it just looks slightly, I just did it really quick, but if you cut it out properly and put the jars behind the fan, you can see exactly what the product looks like from kind of far away. The only problem with that is if you cut out the fan, obviously there's no logo or anything like that, so I would have to think about where to put, like obviously maybe make the fan slightly smaller and put the logo somewhere. I haven't thought about that just yet, but I thought that may be the next step to take it forward so it kind of looks slightly better. The practicality of the box, the only problem with it is how you open it. I kind of stuck it together just like a box. There is a way of opening it, but it kind of is at the back. It opens from here, but I stuck it together or at the top, so it's not, yeah. There needs to be a way of securing it so it doesn't, so you don't just like mess around with the box and you open it just drops and you didn't even know where it opens from. That's one of the things that I would say I need to go back and look if I can develop on practicality, obviously. So these are photographed boxes. I think going back and using the stuff that you already had, I think it kind of meets the product. It's really bright colours. It goes well with the salsa. Another thing that, like my touch that I wanted to add to it was, I really like typography and I thought I could maybe add slight touch to it. And with that, I mean, there's a slight mistake. I didn't make it as big as I should have, but I thought, so 2 pots, you kind of buy them separately, and I thought, if I can just add, like say you could associate a pot with a certain word. So at first I was going to put, we were thinking about different words, so maybe like fusion, passion and stuff like that. I did put them on in English, but then I thought it would only make sense if you put them in Spanish, so you've got La Salsa, and then you've got La Fusion. So I thought those 2 key words could be associated with each bag, so if you got garlic and paprika, you could kind of associate, oh, I want to get some La Fusion, you get the 2 pots in there. So that was an idea to put in there. Obviously, if I made it slightly bigger so you could see it slightly better. The reason why I went with 2 boxes instead of 4, I personally think that the product obviously is new and like is compared to other stuff is obviously high end, so you charge a bit more for it. So I thought, if you don't know something, people are not likely to buy 4 straight away and spend, and like you don't kind of know, you're not familiar with the brand. So I thought if you put 2, people are more likely to buy it because you're not spending as much, and then once you get to know it, then you can start maybe like develop into 4 and start buying 4. So I thought 2 would be a good start to start with. So if you wanted to buy the spicy ones, you get 2, or if you wanted to buy slightly less spicy, buy the other packs. So that is the reason why I went for the 2 instead of 4. Because I just thought it would be better for the target audience. And that's that.
Amazing. Okay, I'll get the negatives out of the way first for you. Okay. Yeah. If you were going to go with this, you've done your box upside down. So
yeah, it does.
Because your barcode will never go on the top because you're killing it. There it works better. So
yeah,
it's a negative, also positive.
I
think where you've been concentrating on is actually going from where you were last Friday to where you are now, which is just beyond a massive step. So I can forgive all bits like that because that was just probably rushed at the last minute and weren't thinking about where the barcode goes. For me, again, it really does feel like the saucy salsa. It obviously looks great when you get the 2 jars in. There's work to be done, but I love the simplicity of it. Again, on the front, you'd probably take some of the communication there and have it here and here and here, so that when people are walking on, it says gift pack, it says 2 jars, it says something than just that and relied on the jars, because people want to see it from the front, not the top. Back of pack's great. It's on a single colour. You can read everything. So that's probably been the best legibility of back of pack so far. Yeah, I thought it was good. I think you present well. You present confidently, which is, you probably don't feel like it, but you do.
Sweating everywhere.
Sorry, this is a question to all of you as well. Is this the first packaging all of you have done?
I've never done a packaging.
Not exactly. I did packaging in my GCSE years.
Okay.
That's a long time ago now.
Shush.
Well, great. Because
Still
packaging is
experience.
difficult. My honest opinion is, as a packaging designer, if you can design packaging, you can design anything. You cannot get a literature designer to design packaging because they are trained in a certain way. Literature is a certain communication, and then packaging is a completely different animal. And every one of my packaging designers can literally design a website, a flyer, a web banner, because they've already got that balance and that communication absolutely spot on. So if you can design packaging, you really can design anything. I like the fact that you fixed all your issues, really, mainly, from where you were.
10 boxes over there.
Yeah, it matters. You know what, it doesn't matter if you had 1,000, what you've done is you've done it. And to be honest, where you were last week isn't bad design, it just didn't suit the product. I like the fact that you were putting boom and having these little triangles, it felt like that. But that, as I've said to Ollie, is not right. That isn't what you're going to get when you come for an interview at a design agency. You won't say that. You want to see some simple stuff. And what you've done is you've turned it into a commercial product. So you've done fantastic. I like your grammage. I think you're spot on with 350, 400 gram. Not too heavy. You've got to think about creasing. You've got to think about bend and all that kind of thing. So 350, 400 for 2 jars is absolutely spot on. Like the fact that you've done loads of mock-ups, tons of it, even from the beginning, just putting chili on and then doing little mock-ups. That's what we do at Pure. Yesterday, my guy was making tiny little mock-ups for Armitage's pet food. Still we do it with a knife, with little creases, because what you're doing is you're ironing out all this stuff before you even think about going to artwork. So great that you're learning to do that from the beginning. The journey, for me, you've done a journey, and I saw every step of the journey, and it was really positive. I like it very much. Again, this is to everybody, and this goes for me as well when I'm presenting to people. Half your task is engaging with the person that you're presenting to. Because if they don't like you, if you're boring and like mwah, they'll think your design is boring and mwah. You've got to, I know it's hard, because but I've always been a bit mad. So I'm quite confident in front of people, but I had to learn not to stutter and not to repeat, and write down a structure and stick to that structure. That is half this job, guys, is being able to present your ideas in a clear, concise way. Don't fluff. You better just to shut up. If you feel you're trailing off, shut up, get back to your notes and start again. Don't try and make some stuff up in your head, because it just won't happen for many years. I can do it now. If I stutter, I can then just start talking about something else. But that's 15 years now. I used to do exactly what you lot did when I first started. And I was presenting to Boots 15 years ago, but my boyish charm got me through, somehow. But you've got to, and that will grow with time. That's presenting to your flatmates, presenting to your lecturer. It just grows with confidence. But all in all, I thought it was a massive move on. Well done, Josie.
Yeah, very good. Very good as well. And obviously you've thought about the brand, you've brought in the background, the fan. Obviously all of that's about Spanish, the sort of salsa brand. I like the word, the fusión, and fusión, obviously they are Spanish, but so they do speak to you. No, very good. Very good.
Well done. Good. Very good.
Massive sigh of relief now.
So what do you think, Daniel? Because you know all this lot, you've seen the development. What's your honest opinion on all this?
Honestly, it's been really, really exciting. And I think, just to think, this time last year you were doing your first kind of presentations for our first product on like the HNC. And the difference is incredible. The confidence in speaking. Yes, you're still nervous, but that's only because your standards have gone higher. Does that make sense? So your nerves will always be there, but your standards keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. So it almost doesn't feel any different, but it really shows different.
My hands are sweaty. Doesn't feel any.
It has been a real roller coaster. A lot to learn. I think generally, in my experience of teaching design students, you guys get so obsessed with the screen and seeing things on the screen and not moving away from the screen and things. And that's what's kind of been nice about this product, is to make something with your hands, you know. To get Igor to make something with his hands is like incredible. You know, and I think it opens huge opportunities. Everything's got to be packaged in some shape or form. So, you know, in terms of employment opportunities, I hope there's something decent in the portfolio now to get work experience at least, or placement, or those kind of things. And I'd hope you'd consider it.